Wow, what a day. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Hello, welcome to Crypto Atlas. If you're new to the channel, it's nice to meet you guys. I'm talking about stocks in this video, and I do talk about stocks pretty regularly now. I'm actually trying to make this channel more broad about like what kind of financial stuff that I talk about, but obviously I talk about cryptocurrencies too. So in this video, we're going to be talking about GameStop and AMC, what news is going on with that, as well as taking a look at the charts here. And guys, this was pretty dang interesting. So if you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. It really helps us out in the channel as well. And also don't forget about clicking that bell icon so that you know whenever we have a new video. All right. And of course, tell me in the comments down below what you guys think about everything going on with this stuff. So this day was a wild roller coaster, everybody. I mean, this thing just started popping. It went past 10 bucks right here, went past the $11, and it went all the way up, tapped $12.46. And then lo and behold, things started to get a bit, let's say, fishy, right? Those hedgies seem to be trying to push pretty heavy for our tendies. And you can see in this big red dip right here, this massive push down, right? Boom, boom. And we saw the same thing ended up happening with GameStop at the same exact time. And this was a big plunge in a very short amount of time. I believe it happened with the NASDAQ as well. It was in multiple markets, and people are saying, like, if there's no signs of manipulation, then, like, what is this? Because this very much looks very clearly like it's been manipulated. Just look at this on the RSI. Boom. Massive drop on multiple fronts, right? All simultaneously. You don't have like a regular person like you or me going in and working at like a fast food joint that has the ability to have that much of an impact all at once. You have to have somebody that's got major bags with this kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and focus more on the daily side for this, okay? So on the daily, we do have another candle closure above this top level of resistance, as this was a descending triangle-based pattern here. So we're still good in that front, right? 1, 2, 3 days of candle closures. This signifying that we should still be in a bullish trend and a further continuation up. We are still above the 21 EMA, which is also good. We're still holding between the 0.382 and the 0.5 on the Fibonacci sequence. So you got a lot of fronts right there on that. We'll go ahead and discuss this a little bit more. I forgot I got all this other news stuff, but we're going to run through these very quickly for you guys. Okay, so let's actually start with AMC. Okay, so AMC had their earnings report today, and this is what basically came out. Earnings per share decreased 1,000% over year to $3.15, which were in line with the estimate of $3.15. Revenue of $162,500,000 decreased by 88.78% year over year, which beat the estimate of $142,350,000, right? So keep that in mind. Nearly 90%, but also keep in mind the movie theaters were all closed because of a pandemic. So like, it's not really that surprising to people about this. Also noted with AMC's earnings, part of the reason that AMC is still able to push forward and Aaron feels optimistic is because of capital raised throughout 2020 and 2021 at a newfound love from retail traders, similar to what happened with GameStop in late January, and AMC's stock price has also somewhat rebounded over the last several weeks. Now, with announcements from President Joe Biden that nearly every American should be able to receive their vaccination by May 2021, studios are looking to get their blockbusters out in theaters again, and AMC is hoping to bring as many moviegoers in as possible. So this is looking very bullish in that regards, right? They have more than $1 billion in cash on hand as well. That's another key point to take away from that. All right, now talking about some stuff going on with GameStop, and then we're going to talk about what's going on with their short interest rates and stuff. So the stock rose as high as $348.50 per share on Wednesday, topping its record closing high from January 27th. However, the shares lost all of these gains in a rapid decline around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The stock bounced around after trading resumed following halts and closed up 7.3%. So even that, after that massive drop, and I saw it happen live, I was watching the charts, it dropped like $100, man, in a very short amount of time. And thank God that it got halted, because if they didn't halt that, then I think a lot of people would be even more up in arms. But the fact that it not only got halted, but I think it was 3 times on the way down, and then it got halted on the way back up. So it closed out still all in the day for the green, which is absolutely ridiculous. Streaming service Hulu plans to release an extensive new documentary on the GameStop stock controversy next Monday. ABC News has announced the approximately hour-long film titled GameStop examines the events surrounding the wild price fluctuations of GameStop stock after users on a Reddit forum began purchasing shares of the heavily shorted company. The fact that this little documentary is coming out so soon and we're not even done with the GameStop stuff, guys, take that into account. I mean, I'm surprised at how fast that this documentary thing is moving along. But if it comes out and GameStop is still pushing, can you imagine how much more fuel on the fire that could potentially be of people FOMOing in on this stuff? Like, a lot of people are going to be talking about this, and it's going to be very interesting how it plays out. For GameStop, Cohen wants a couple things to try and reinvent what's going on with GameStop. Number one, he wants GameStop to become a technology company with a focus on e-commerce over brick and retail stores. He wants, number two, to reshape the company's leadership and has already begun to do so. Just with that, we had the CFO who's stepping down now pretty soon here. And we got number three, Cohen is in charge of a newly announced committee that intends to transform the company. Look at that little dog. Sorry. I love that little dog. On potential for GameStop's future online trade-ins. Ooh, that would absolutely be amazing. I love that. So he's got some different avenues that he's looking at for sure. And this is just the beginning, right? So there's a lot of different potentials for things that they could end up taking it in that direction. But hey, you got to start somewhere, and this is looking pretty interesting. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with GameStop. So over on the high short interest stocks, we go and refresh this page here. You guys can see GameStop is still number one on this list with a 41.22% short interest. Wow. Up there, guys. Now, has AMC been added to this list yet? And lo and behold, no, they haven't. They still have not been added to the top 40 list. They're still not high enough for their short interest percentage rates. Okay, so that's as far as for the GameStop side goes. 41% right there. And if we go head over to iBorrowDesk, take a look at this for GameStop. Their fee is 1.1%. Available shares to short or to borrow to short is 150,000. And, you know, this is kind of interesting because what happened was right around like the 12 o'clock period, right? For earlier with this whole price massively dropping. Well, lo and behold, we were 2.4% on this fee. Before that, it was at 1.9%. So we want this to be higher for our instances because we're not trying to short it, right? We want the short squeeze to happen. So with this percentage going up, that works more in our favor. Ideally, we want something like what we've been seeing with AMC, over 10%, over 20% would be even better. But with this, here we go, right? You go 850,000 shares, and then it drops down to 350, 400,000, 350,000, 300,000, 250,000, and then boom, all of a sudden 1.1% for the fee to borrow, right? Much more convenient if you ask me. So that seems like massive manipulation going on right there. 200,000 shares, and then it dropped down to 150,000, down to 100,000, back up to 150,000, but 1.1% for the fee. This is quite low in that regard. So overall, GameStop, everyone's just saying, you know what, screw the hedgies. I'm holding on to my Tendies. You ain't getting that. I'm diamond handing it. We're aping together, and we're going to go do this. We're sending this thing past the moon. We're going to go all the way. We're going to find a whole other galaxy, right? That's what's basically going on at this point. Now, if you take a look at AMC, this fee rate I was talking about that was over 10%, that was actually a little bit higher here back on, actually today. Same thing, right? We were over the double digits here, and then next thing you know, right around at this point here, we see at the noon, boom, massive drop. This coincides with what we were seeing with that of the GameStop as well. So this was at 9.4%. Still a little bit below, right? Progressively, this went up higher, 10.3%, 14.3%, looking really good. Dipped down a little bit, and then a pretty significant plunge here. This is all over the course of a day. I mean, we're basically starting from this point right here at 11.8%, all the way down to 7%. And the available shares is 1.6 million, which is significantly more than what it was before. 300,000 shares as of yesterday. And then we started off today at 350,000 shares, winning down to 150,000 shares. And next thing you know, we're at 1.6 million. What? Okay, something's not quite adding up right here, right? Okay, let's go ahead and go take a look at the charts. So for AMC, with AMC, it had a bit of a red day for the closeout, which wasn't great. As far as the post market goes, even though it closed out at $9.85, it did climb back up to $10.42. At one point earlier, it was at $10.70 for post market or aftermarket, sorry, and ended up deciding to drop down. I don't know why I had so much trouble saying that, because sometimes I guess I talk so fast. We had some resistance right here at $11.13 on the Fibonacci. This actually went all the way up to $12.48 before coming back down. Overall, though, like I was trying to say with AMC, it's still looking quite bullish. I'm still bullish on this. Not a financial advisor, but I'm still looking at this and it's quite bullish. We have support at $9.41, another level at $9 respectively on the Fibonacci, and then $8.48. And then, yeah, I would see this having a potential further climb up, guys. It actually looks like it was on the verge of going towards the 0.618 on the Fibonacci if those level of shenanigans didn't start to happen. And so we got $13.31 as the next major level, and then up above that is going to be $16.43. If we go head over to GameStop, with GameStop, we do have, look at this. This is forming like a Darth Maul style pattern. We see that kind of stuff happen more typically with crypto. So this volatility with GameStop is just ridiculous. Restonkulous. No, we have support being established at $248. Further level drop down at $193.68. It did bounce right here at $175.34, and that's mainly because the market got stopped and then people decided to buy the dip. We have $134.54 as another major level of support. Overall, I'm still bullish on this as well, given the fact of what's just going on in the market space with it. And then next thing you know, we got right here $266.71. That's current as of the post market. That's going to last for a little bit longer. So actually at a higher position where its closure was, still looking like it's starting to rally up some. So we got $303.78 as the next level of resistance. Let's try and get past this little point we got at earlier in the day at $350. And then we got $382.42, and $400 is a psychological point, and then we got $482.42. That's from like the previous high. And then we, of course, have $564.39 as a major zone based on the previous trend with this descending triangle pattern. The volume kicking up a bit. Quite crazy today. Going to be interesting to see how we play out for a Thursday and Friday position with this stock as well as with AMC. It's considered to be in the overbought territory for the RSI, but I wouldn't really worry about that too much. We get these crazy moments like this, that starts to kind of fade in itself. So that's going to go and do it for this episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. Every like helps us out so much. I cannot stress that out enough. When you take the time to just click that button, it means the world to me. It honestly does, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget about the bell icon so you know when we have a new video. Feel free to let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next episode. And also, sorry, I forgot to mention, I got some referral links in the description if you guys want to go through any of those. There's for Coinbase, there's one for Webull, for Robinhood, and also BlockFi. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.